Oh
Oh,
ya,
so hi everyone, are you still there? Yang lain masih di sana semua? Good morning.
boleh
Okay.
kasih tangan atau chat, bales. Good morning.
Morning. Okay. So did you have your breakfast anyway? Still it's still morning, still 9 a.m. ya. Udah pada
Iya.
udah pada sarapan?
Kalau aku sih udah, Miss Noe udah belum?
Enak sekali. Kebetulan kita belum.
Too early for weekend ya, Miss ya.
Yes, it's too early for weekend.
Oke.
Hey guys, in the previous meeting, I bet that you have discussed some IELTS overview, ya. Kemarin pasti kalian sudah sedikit membahas beberapa IELTS overview. But actually, I want to review about IELTS just to remind you guys. Okay, it's only a review. Well, as you know, in IELTS we have 4 skills that will be tested, right? So we have listening, reading, writing, as well as speaking. And before moving on to the next slide, I am wondering, of 4 skills, which one is the most difficult skill for you guys? What about listening? Do you have any trouble with listening, guys?
Gimana teman-teman?
What about listening?
Writing. Ada
Right.
yang bales writing, Miss.
Okay. What about the others? Reading?
Mostly, oh ya, reading juga ada Anggun.
Okay.
Listening and writing biasanya.
Listening and writing. What about speaking? Wah, berarti most of you are good at speaking then, because none of you said the most
Speaking.
difficult skill is speaking.
And speaking with the caps lock.
Okay. Sometimes speaking is a bit hard because we have to speak it spontaneously um without thinking. I mean, it's not without thinking, without giving any time to think of the answer sometimes. So we have to answer all the questions spontaneously. It's not like writing. Kalau di writing kan, we are given time to think of the answers, to think of the grammars, to choose the vocabularies or the lexicals. But in speaking, we have to speak it spontaneously. Jadi sometimes we get stuck with the grammars or even the lexicals, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then wait a
What about the accent, Miss? Probably they
minute.
wondering would
Uh-huh.
it be matter about the accent?
Accent is not as a big problem. Yeah, it's not a matter
Okay.
at all for the accent, whether you want to have British accent or the American accent, both are okay. The point here is you have to pronounce the words clearly and fluently. That's the point.
Okay.
So
Take a note, guys.
yeah,
Clearly and fluently.
even you have Indonesian accent, example like my name is example, and then you have like I go to school, or like my hobby are example, like you want to have some R with R Indonesian accent or even Indian accent, it doesn't matter at all, as long as you pronounce it with what is it, a good pronunciation. I mean, like you pronounce it clearly, fluently, it's okay.
Okay.
So, any questions before moving on to the next slide for you guys?
Any question, guys?
No? Okay, good. Then, if you don't have any questions, then this one is for the IELTS band score. Just review. I bet that you have got this from the previous lessons. Just to remind you guys, in IELTS, we have the band from 1 to 9, right? It means that the lowest score we got 1, and then the highest score we got 9. So if you want to make up your story with someone, so please note that the highest score in IELTS is only 9. So it's no more than 9. So if there is someone making up the stories that she or he has the highest score in IELTS, and if it is more than 9, so it means that she or he is lying. Since the highest score we got is only 9. Jadi skor paling tinggi di IELTS itu cuma 9. Kalau kalian ingin mengarang sesuatu, ingin mengada-ngada ya, or even ada seseorang yang mencoba untuk make up story dengan kalian bahwa mereka ikut IELTS test atau apapun itu dengan skor more than 9, so the highest score is only 9. That's it. And then you have to know that if you want to continue your study in bachelor or in master, or even it's like in graduate or undergraduate, guys, take a look the score. The range of the undergraduate score of IELTS, we need 5.5 to 6. Again, it depends on the university ya, tergantung dari universitasnya. So take a look the requirements carefully, whether you need 6 or 5 or even 5.5. But for the graduate or postgraduate, you need above 6. It means the range is between 6.5 to 7, or sometimes in top universities for postgraduate study, they need or they require like 7.5 even. So again, it depends on the university. Then if you want to continue your study abroad, or if you want to get a scholarship, take a look the score, what score that you need for your IELTS score, whether it is 5, 6, 7. No questions, yeah? Let us discuss. Oh, this one. Before moving on to the skill, the specific skill, I want to show you the sample of certificate, the IELTS certificate. Okay, guys, this is the sample of IELTS certificate. There will be a photo of you in the certificate, and then you will be taken a picture at that time on the spot. So I suggest you, for the females especially, please put your makeup on, or even dress well, or even put your lipstick on. Yeah, since you are going to be taking a picture at the time on the spot, and you will not give the staff or even the IELTS committee to have your photo card, but yes, you are going to be taken a picture. Jadi saran saya untuk yang cewek-cewek terutama biasanya ya, daripada fotonya buluk-buluk banget kan di IELTS certificate-nya, disarankan untuk make up dari rumah atau dress well, atau seenggaknya jangan terlalu pucat. It depends on you lah, terserah kalian. Kalau kalian merasa ingin foto di sertifikat IELTS kalian tidak terlalu pucat atau bahkan tidak seperti buronan ya, so I suggest you to put your makeup on, karena kalian akan difoto di saat itu juga dan di tempat itu juga. Okay, and then there will be your results, your score ya, di sertifikat kalian. So we have listening, reading, writing, speaking, and then the overall band score di sini. Just like that. So you have your name, your family name, your first name, also as well as your candidate ID in the certificate. And remember, IELTS certificate has an expired date. It is only 2 years. So if you want to take an official IELTS test, please note whether you need it more than 2 years later or you need it in a short time. Jadi kalian perhatikan juga waktunya ketika kalian ingin mengambil IELTS test, apakah dibutuhkannya nanti atau dibutuhkan dengan waktu yang maksudnya dibutuhkan di waktu yang dekat gitu. Kalau kalian dibutuhkannya lama nanti, misalnya nanti deh saya mau daftar atau mau lanjutin studinya 2 atau 3 tahun lagi, so I suggest you not to take the test as soon as possible. Jadi just when you want to have the when you want to apply, it can be like you will be having the test a year before, setidaknya 1 tahun sebelumnya. Jadi jangan mepet banget, karena kita punya expired date di IELTS-nya cuman berlaku 2 tahun saja, no more than that. Any questions, guys? No questions? All right, if you don't have any questions, so let us come to the reading session. Is it clear enough for the slide on your screen, guys?
It's clear enough in here, Miss.
All right. Well, we're going to have reading section for today's lesson, guys. In reading sections, we have 40 questions altogether. Okay, 40 questions. It means there will be 3 texts of it. And you are given only 60 minutes or an hour to have them done. Jadi untuk menyelesaikan ke-40 soal atau 40 nomor ini, we are given only 60 minutes and no more than 60 minutes or an hour. All right. So sometimes most of us hate reading. Neither do I. Karena saya juga sama. Actually, I do not like reading, but willy-nilly, we have to read the text, ya kan? Mau nggak mau, kita harus baca teks, suka atau tidak suka. Ya. There are some tips and tricks for us how to find out the answers in reading text. So it means we do not need to waste our time by reading back and forth. Jadi kita nggak perlu ngabisin waktu untuk bolak-balik baca. Saya yakin pasti kebanyakan dari kita, termasuk saya dulu, kebanyakan dari kita pasti kalau baca teks itu bolak-balik. Example, kita dapat teks, oke, let me show you deh. Contohnya di sini, saya punya sebuah teks, it's all about snowmakers. Contohnya, I want to answer the questions number 1, and then I have to read the text from paragraph A. Udah pasti kan kita baca dari paragraf A dulu, mau cari jawaban nomor 1. Oke, paragraf A sampai ketemu jawabannya. Let's say we find out the answer in paragraph C. Kita ketemu jawaban.
Excuse me, Miss. The slide isn't changed yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's still on the 40 question, different scale.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me for it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What about now? Does it change?
It sends to the
text. Okay, good then. Okay,
well, I mean it's in the writing class on the PDF file.
It's in PDF file.
Yeah, but it's not changed. It's still on the 3 text for the question.
Oh, it's still in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So what about now? It changes, right?
Yep, it's changed.
Okay, good job. So you can see the text about snowmakers, right, guys?
Snowmakers.
Okay, so I told you that we do not need to waste our time by reading back and forth to find out the answers in reading. Yeah. Since we are only given 60 minutes or an hour to answer all the questions in 40 questions, in 40 numbers. Jadi kita nggak perlu ngabisin waktu untuk cari tahu jawaban reading. Ya, untuk cari tahu jawaban reading, karena kita cuma dikasih waktu selama 60 menit. Ada beberapa tips sama trik nanti di sini yang akan kita bahas. Saya yakin kebanyakan dari kita, termasuk saya dulu, we read back and forth. Kita bacanya bolak-balik nih. Gimana maksudnya bolak-balik? Example, we are going to find out the answer of number 1, ya. Kita mau cari jawaban nomor 1. Obviously, we have to read paragraph A first. Ya kan, pasti kita baca paragraf A dulu nih. Setelah kita baca paragraf A, ya, then we do not find out the answers, pasti kita move on to the next paragraph. Let's say we found out the paragraph in paragraph C, ya, the answer in paragraph C. Ya, anggap aja kita ketemu jawaban nomor 1 di paragraf C. Gitu. Nah, pasti when we are going to answer the next number, di nomor 2, kita ngulang lagi baca paragraf A lagi. And it will waste our time. Itu bakal ngabisin waktu kita, buang-buang waktu banget. Jadi gimana biar kita bacanya nggak bolak-balik, ya? Itu yang saya maksud baca bolak-balik. Paragraf udah kita baca ulang lagi, baca berulang-ulang terus gitu. Nah, so how to how not to waste our time by reading back and forth? Then you have to know the kinds or the types of questions in reading section, guys. Jadi kalian harus tahu jenis-jenis pertanyaan dalam reading section itu kita punya apa aja. Ya, sekarang udah balik lagi ke slide.
Oh ya.
Okay. So I told you that you have to know the types of reading questions. Actually, we have types of reading questions, guys. We have in order in the text here. In order in the text, you can see on the slide. Okay, we have in order in the text. And then we have challenging question. It's called as random in the text. So again, I will explain it to you guys. We have two types of reading questions only. The first is in order in the text. And then the second one is random in the text. Okay, not that one, guys. In order in the text and random in the text. Yeah, 60 minutes for all the tasks. It is not divided by the subtasks or 20 minutes for each skill. We have to be able to manage our time, guys. We have to be able to manage our time whether we can finish each task in 20 minutes or not. The point is 60 minutes for all the questions. The rest of the time, not the rest of the time, how to say that one? It means like if you want to manage your time to do each task for 20 minutes, that's fine, or even 15 minutes, that's okay. Yeah, the point here, the controller is in you, guys. Okay, you control your time. The examiner or the task gives you 60 minutes only to finish all the questions or to finish 40 questions. Yes, about 3 hours, approximately 3 hours. Since we have 1 hour for reading, 1 hour for writing, and then about 45 minutes for 45 minutes for listening. Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes for listening. Not 44, 44. I mean 40, yeah, 40 only. 40 minutes for listening, since we have 30 minutes for the audio and 10 minutes to transfer the answer to the answer sheet. It means 40 minutes for listening, an hour for reading, an hour for writing, and then about 15 minutes for speaking. No. It's not an hour for 4 skills. Too short, guys. About approximately 3 hours. So it means you have to keep your time in 3 hours. That's why the IELTS pass takes a day sometimes for having or for handling it. Gitu, guys. Jadi kita nggak bisa divide our time to do other activities. Jadi kita nggak bisa bagi waktu kita untuk mengerjakan aktivitas yang lain. Misalnya, oke, saya mau IELTS nanti setelah IELTS, saya mau ngerjain aktivitas lain, misalnya ada kegiatan kampus atau ada kegiatan kerjaan yang lain. So we can't do that. Jadi benar-benar we have to keep our time a day only for having the IELTS test. Seperti itu, karena pasti makan waktu banget. And then for the IELTS test, you have to know that it is not only you having the test, ya. Nggak cuma kalian aja yang akan ikut tesnya. Jadi pasti ada more than one person, ya, atau bahkan bisa sampai 7 sampai 15 orang dalam satu ruangan. Dan but for the speaking section it will be one by one. Jadi kalau untuk speaking sectionnya nanti satu-satu. Jadi kalian akan dapat dapat jatah, bukan dapat jatah, akan di-announce oleh penyelenggaranya bahwa kalian akan speaking sectionnya ini di jam berapa. Jadi biasanya ada restnya. It depends on the the institution, ya. Sometimes not all the time, sometimes the speaking, listening, writing, and reading itu dibagi jadi 2 hari. Jadi speaking sendiri, kemudian nanti sisa 1 hariannya punya si listening, reading, dan writing. Tapi ada juga yang digabungkan seperti itu. So again, it depends on the institution. Apakah akan dibagi jadi 2 hari, speakingnya dipisahkan di hari lain, atau akan dijadikan 1 hari. Gitu. Tapi yang jelas, the total hours-nya itu enggak 1 jam. It is more than an hour. Seperti itu, guys. Any more questions? No more questions ini? So, if you... Oh, what is that? Not yet, okay. Well, let's come to the reading section lagi ya. Kita masuk ke reading sectionnya di sini. I told you, you have to know the types of reading questions if you do not want to waste your time by reading back and forth, okay? Kalau kalian nggak mau ngabisin waktu kalian, setidaknya kita harus tahu dulu jenis-jenis pertanyaan dari reading itu ada apa saja. I told you we have 2 types of reading questions. They are in order in the text and then random in the text. And then we have what is it? We have types in order in the text as well as random in the text. Jadi ada anaknya nih. Jenis-jenis pertanyaan in order in the text apa saja, random in the text apa saja. Then I bet that you have a question. What do we know if the question belongs to random in the text or the question belongs to in order in the text, ya kan? Jadi the point here, you just need to memorize the types of random in the text. Yang perlu kalian ingat adalah pertanyaan dari random in the text. Karena apa? In order in the text, jenis pertanyaannya banyak banget. Banyak banget. Jadi saran saya, kalian hanya perlu mengingat jenis pertanyaan yang punya si random in the text. Because there are only 3 questions of random in the text aja. Apa aja? Kita punya matching endings, matching headings, matching information. So it means apart from them, they belong to in order in the text. Jadi selain pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang dia meminta kita untuk matching endings, matching headings, or even matching information, berarti pertanyaan itu dia punya si punya in order in the text. Emang in order in the text ada apa saja? Sini kita punya ini, in order in the text. Banyak banget. Multiple choice question, ya, true, false, not given, itu punya in order in the text. Nanti saya jelaskan maksudnya apa in order in the text dan apa itu random in the text. Flowing chart, ya, flow chart completion, table completion, itu juga punya si in order in the text. Dan what else? So labeling diagram di sini kita juga punya in order in the text. Short answer question punya in order in the text. Banyak kan jenis-jenisnya. Jadi saran saya, biar kalian nggak terlalu bingung to decide whether the question belongs to in order in the text or random in the text, just know the types of random in the text questions. Gitu. Kita punya 3 random in the text, saya ulangi lagi, yaitu matching endings, matching headings, dan matching information. Nah, sekarang apa bedanya sih si random in the text sama in order in the text? Kalau in order in the text, tadi kita nggak perlu wasting our time to read back and forth. Nggak perlu ngabisin waktu kita untuk baca bolak-balik. So we have to read forward. Kita baca teksnya maju. Move on, ya. Misalnya gimana? Misal, di screen kalian ini nggak masuk ke teks nggak? Snowmakers tadi. Pindah nggak slide-nya? Screen-nya pindah nggak? Atau it's still on the PowerPoint?
Masih di PowerPoint, Miss.
Di PowerPoint ya?
Iya.
Oke. Gini aja berarti. Screen. Okay. So it's Snowmakers, right?
Yep.
Oke. Kalau yang in order in the text itu gimana maksudnya? I told you the questions of in order in the text itu maksudnya seperti apa? We do not need to read back and forth. So we just need to read forward. Okay, move forward to read it. Jadi bacanya kita maju, nggak bolak-balik, nggak maju mundur, nggak maju mundur. Seperti itu misalnya tadi ya. Let's say we want to answer the question of number 1, itu ketemu jawabannya di paragraf Bravo. Artinya paragraf A, ini udah kita baca nih, berarti kan ya, ketemu jawaban nomor 1 di paragraf B. Nah, ketika kita mau cari jawaban di nomor 2, ya, berarti kita nggak usah baca paragraf A lagi, maju bacanya. Bisa di paragraf E, atau bisa mungkin lompat di paragraf E, bisa mungkin lompat di paragraf F, yang penting maju, nggak mundur dia. So that's we call as in order in the text questions. Tapi kalau random itu maju mundur. And I suggest you to answer in order text question first. But it doesn't mean that you do not answer the questions of random in the text. Just do them last. Ya, jadi kalian, saran saya kerjain biar nggak pusing duluan. Terkadang most test takers itu udah pusing duluan nih sama si reading. Karena dari listening kan sebelumnya, masuk ke reading, aduh udah sakit kepala nih kalian nih. Karena banyak teks, perlu yang banyak dibaca, kalau yang tidak suka membaca. Ya. But for the one who love readings, I guess it is not a big problem enough ya. Bukan masalah yang besar. Bukan suatu perintangan buat yang suka membaca. Mungkin malah lebih senang untuk yang reading. Tapi kalau untuk yang nggak suka reading, ini adalah a challenge question ya buat kalian atau buat saya juga mungkin, karena saya juga I do not like reading sebenarnya, tapi mau nggak mau kan kita harus baca teks. Kalau nggak baca teks kita nggak akan ketemu jawabannya. Nah, nggak perlu ngabisin waktu kalian dengan baca bolak-balik, bacanya maju tadi. Ingat, saran saya kalian kerjakan jenis pertanyaan in order in the text duluan, karena pasti jawabannya maju. Kalian bacanya maju, nggak perlu baca bolak-balik. Tapi kalau random, misalnya paragraf udah dibaca, mau nggak mau kalian baca ulang lagi paragraf A, karena ya random banget. Kita nggak tahu jawabannya apakah akan ada di paragraf berikutnya, atau mungkin paragrafnya jawabannya di paragraf sebelumnya mundur. Seperti itu. Is it clear enough, guys? Guys, what I mean? Kalau ada yang masih bingung, just let me know, please. I will re-explain it. That's fine, that's okay. Kalau ada yang bingung, ada yang nggak paham, silahkan bertanya. Just put your answer on the chat. Clear, miss. Okay, good job. What about the others? Yang lain aman? Coba. Let's have some practice. Some practices in doing reading question di sini. Oh, nomor 1 mana nih? Number 1. Number 1 up to number 5. Kita lihat nih. Number 1 up to number 5. Nah, kita bisa tahu dari mana tuh kalau pertanyaannya punya random in the text sama in order in the text ya. Read the instruction, guys. Okay, read the instruction. Where is the instruction? This one. Reading passage 1 has 7 paragraph A and G. Choose the correct heading for each paragraph from the list of headings below. Ingat, saya bilang tadi ya sebelumnya, you just need to know the 3 types of random in the text questions, ya kan? Kita perlu ingat, kita perlu tahu 3 jenis pertanyaan dari random aja. Artinya selain ketiga ini, mereka punya si in order in the text. Berarti kita bisa tahu nih, oke, berarti mana duluan yang mau kita prioritaskan kerjakan. Oke, so we have to prioritize the in order text questions first. Gitu. Nah, dari instruksi ini, kira-kira dia punya in order atau random? Menurut kalian? Whether it belongs to random in the text or in order in the text, guys. Anyone knows it? From the instruction, the instruction says, choose the correct heading for each paragraph from the list of headings below. Does it belong to in order in the text or random in the text, guys? Okay, good. Yes, Aisyah. It belongs to random in the text. Good, Santa. It belongs to random in the text. I told you, Just do it at last. Kerjain belakangan untuk random in the text. Karena apa? It will make you dizzy. It will make you not confused, but waste your time. Ya, bakal ngabisin waktu banyak. Jadi kerjain belakangan to manage your time. But again, it depends on you sebenarnya. If you are comfortable enough to do the questions in order, misalnya kalian tipe orang yang duh saya nggak bisa nih ngerjain soal yang ngelengkah kayak gini. Harus ngerjainnya berdasarkan nomor. Kalau dari nomor 1, nomor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gitu. Jadi pensiun nih, boleh, bebas seperti itu. Kalau kalian merasa nyaman mengerjakannya dari nomor terendah dulu gitu. 1, 2, 3, 4 ya. But I suggest just to make you easy to find out the answers and will not take much of your time ya. Jadi nggak banyak makan waktu kalian, nggak terlalu banyak ngabisin waktu dan tenaga. Kerjain dulu yang enak dicari jawabannya seperti itu. Di sini we are not focusing on doing random in the text questions. Kita mau fokus ke in order text questions dulu hari ini. Oke, berarti 1 up to 5 we skip them first ya. We skip them. Kita lengkahi dulu nomor 1 sampai 5. Come to the question 6 to 8. Nah, from 6 to 8 kita punya instructionnya gini. Label the diagram below. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Nah, sekarang pertanyaan saya lagi. Masih sama. Does it belong to in order in the text questions or random in the text question, guys? Ingat, random in the text itu kita punya 3 aja. Matching heading, ending, information. Nah, kalau di instruksinya kita diminta untuk matching heading atau ada kata-kata heading, ada kata ending, atau ada kata information, simpelnya seperti itu, berarti mereka punya si random in the text. Tapi kalau tidak ada kata-kata heading, ending, atau information in the instruction-nya, so it means they belong to in order in the text. So that's it, how to analyze whether the question belongs to in order or random. Gitu. So guys, do you know what type of question it is? In order or random? Hello? Are you still there, guys? I'm waiting for your answer here. So I will not move on to the next explanation before having your answer. What is it? In order. Yes, good. Anggun, Aisyah, Shakira, and Marin. So it belongs to in order in the text. Berarti bisa kita kerjain duluan nih. Enak, oke? Okay? Temu nih ya, in order in the text. Nomor 6. Oke. Okay. See number 6. We have the keyword. Okay, another thing that you have to know, and it is crucial one, the crucial one ya. Penting juga adalah kata kunci. Oke. Okay? Kita harus tahu kata kunci dari soalnya. Berhubung ini enak banget nih, cuma satu kata aja nih. Ya udah, kita punya kata kuncinya air nih. Tapi sebelum masuk ke teks, kita lihat. Ini kan ada gambar nih. Ada judulnya nggak? Kita punya judulnya snow gun. Ya, which paragraph is talking about snow gun? Ada nggak anak, what is it? Scan the text. Kalian scan the text-nya, kira-kira paragraf yang ngebahas tentang snow gun di paragraf mana? Coba. Dari paragraf A, B, C, D. Ya. Emang paragraf A, B, C, D, which paragraph is talking about snow gun, guys? Ada yang bisa kasih tahu saya nggak? Paragraf yang ngebahas tentang snow gun, paragraf yang mana? A, B, C, atau D? Atau tidak ada? Good job. So it's paragraph C ya. Alright, good. So it means just focus on paragraph C. Udah masuk, fokus aja di paragraf C. Nggak usah kemana-mana. Karena dia in order in the text ya. Berarti untuk jawab pertanyaan berikutnya, sebentar. Untuk jawab pertanyaan berikutnya, yaitu answer the next questions. To answer the next questions, do not read paragraph A, and B, since it belongs to in order in the text. Fokusnya ke paragraf C aja, atau bisa ke paragraf D, E, F, G, dan seterusnya. Clear enough, guys, so far? So I suppose that it is clear enough deh ya. Okay, good. Nah, tadi ya, on number 6, what happened? On number 6, okay, we have the keyword air. Oke, kita punya kata kuncinya air di sini untuk nomor 6. Right? We have air for the keyword of the question. Then in paragraph C, we have to find out the word air or the word that has the same meaning as air. Di paragraf C, kita cari kata air atau kata yang sama dengan maknanya air. Ketemu nggak? If you find out more than one, itu nggak apa-apa. Nanti kita jadikan opsi. Ada apa saja? Ada yang ketemu nggak kata-kata air? Satu frasa, misalnya kayak tadi ya, air gun misalnya. Kita punya gun, berarti kita punya satu frasa snow gun. Nah, seperti itu. Nah, kalau yang air ada nggak? Ketemu tidak kalian di paragraf C? Yuk, just scan it. Compressed air. Oke, kita punya compressed air. Berarti kita ambil compressed air aja. Mana compressed air? Snow gun, the device basically you say that it is compressed air. Where's the okay, good job. Okay, thank you, Aisyah. So we have this one, right? Compressed air for what is it, for the phrase. Any others? Ada lagi nggak dengan kata air, dengan frasa air? Dengan frasa air ada lagi nggak selain compressed air? Ayo, ketemu nggak? That's fine. Kalau kita ketemu, pasti dalam satu paragraf ada lebih dari satu kata kuncinya kan? Stream. What is stream? Di teks. Do we have stream in the text? Oke, jadi gini guys. Kita tidak diminta untuk cari stream di sini maksud kamu. It's different from air. Kita cari dulu fokus ke kata. Oke, wait. Let me tell you this one slowly. Jadi, the first thing that you have to do is to find out the keyword in the text. Fokus ke kata kuncinya dulu. Tadi kata kunci di nomor 6 kita punya kata air kan? Ada nggak di teks kira-kira kata air? Kalau di teks ada kata air, oke, berarti aman. Kira-kira ada apa saja? Oke, kita punya water and air berarti. Good job, Santa. Kalau nggak ada sama sekali kata air, artinya kita diminta untuk cari kata yang memiliki makna yang sama dengan kata air. Gitu, dengan kata lain. Ada lagi nggak kira-kira apa lagi? Combining water and air, oke, good, Anggun. Terus ada lagi nggak kira-kira yang memiliki kata air? Kita punya dua opsi nih, water and air, compressed air, and then what else? Ada lagi nggak kira-kira? Any others? Ada lagi nggak? Fokus ke kata air. Masa nggak ketemu? Coba, pasti ketemu. It's tiny droplet. It's different, guys. Tiny droplets, it's not, I asked you to find out the word with air. Fokus ke kata yang ada kata air-nya, leading from an air. Leading from an air. Oke, di sini berarti kita punya an air compressor. Satu frasa kan ini? Jadi kita punya 3 opsi. Ada lagi nggak kira-kira? Apa cuma 3 opsi aja? Do we have any other words with air or that's all? Okay, that's fine, Shania. Kira-kira ada kata lain lagi nggak? That's all. Okay, so it means we have 3 options. Nope, okay, good. Yang ada kata air-nya satu frasa dengan kata air, kita di sini di paragraf itu cuma ada water and air compressor, and then compressed A, ya kan? Kita punya 3 pilihan, saya ulangi lagi. Di teks, we have only 3 options with A. Ya, di sini kita punya Watson A, kemudian A compressor, and then compressed A. Nah, dari antara ketiga pilihan ini, kira-kira jawabannya yang tepat yang mana sih? Kita lihat dulu deh si soalnya. Lihat, soalnya ya, the place of air, ya, the place of A is at the end of the phrase. Kata air itu dia berada di akhir frasanya, ya kan? Ada di akhir frasanya. Maka air yang ada di depan itu kita eliminasi. Yang mana yang kita eliminasi? Yang kita eliminasi adalah an air compressor. Karena apa? Lihat posisi air-nya dia di depan kata, kan di depan frasa. Sedangkan di soal posisi air-nya ada di belakang. Jadi kita punya pilihan nih, ada water and air sama compressed air. Nah, jawabannya mana dari antara water and air? Kita lihat aja di sini gambarnya. Panahnya nih. Ada air nggak di sini? Ada air. Ada water nggak di sini? Kira-kira, no. Di sini adalah compressed air. Betul, jawabannya yang menjawab compressed air, that is the answer. So, the answer should be compressed air. Ya, udara yang ditekan di sini dimasuk. Clear enough, guys? That is how to find out the answer. Yes, Shania and Alia. That is the answer. Compressed air and then compressed air for the answer. Jawabannya adalah si compressed air. Bisa dipahami sampai sini? Any questions? Bingung nggak? Yuk, kalau ada yang masih bingung,
Miss.
clear ya? Good job. Aman, good job. Good, great guys. So, come to number 7. Lihat ya. Nomor 6, tadi kita ketemu jawabannya di mana? Paragraf C. Di baris ini ya. Compressed air. Ini. Ini adalah jawabannya. Oke, saya hapus dulu yang bukan jawabannya. Ini adalah jawabannya, compressed air. Nah, to find out the question of number 7, jangan baca yang ini lagi. Karena kan tadi dia punya in order in the text ya. Jangan baca yang ini. Nggak mundur. Maju. Jadi bisa masih di paragraf C, maju ke sini. Atau mungkin bahkan di paragraf delta. But the picture is talking about snow gun. Otomatis di paragraf C. Jadi fokus aja di paragraf C, ya. Tapi kalian bacanya maju, nggak mundur. Berarti dari baris 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jangan dibaca lagi. Because you found out, ya, we found out the answer in the line 6. Kita ketemu jawabannya di baris ke-6, kan? Berarti baris ke-1 sampai ke-5 nggak usah dibaca lagi. That's why we call it as in order in the text question. Clear enough so far, guys? Sekarang kita lihat nomor 7. Nomor 7. Kata kuncinya kita ada apa saja? Into. Ini kita punya into, automized, sama water. Oke, focus. The keyword is focus on the words right before the blanks. Kata kunci utamanya, kalau kita punya kata yang lebih panjang seperti ini, it is different from number 6, ya kan? Beda dari nomor 6. Nomor 6 enak nih, cuma punya satu kata. Nah, kalau dia lebih dari satu kata, gimana nih cara nentuin kata kuncinya? Focus on the word right before the blanks. For the main keywords-nya. Untuk kata kunci utamanya, cari tahu jawaban persisnya itu adalah fokus ke kata kunci persis sebelum titik-titik. Berarti kita punya into. Tapi kita ada kata kunci yang lain juga. Kita punya automized sama water. Nah, cek deh di paragraf C yang ada kata intunya mana aja. Ketemu nggak? Maju ya bacanya. Ketemu nggak? Yang ada kata intunya kita punya opsi apa saja? Atau tidak ada? Kalau tidak ada berarti cari makna yang sama dengan into. Atau automized tadi. Ketemu nggak yang ada kata intunya? Ya guys. Into the gun.
Into the gun, Miss.
Ada lagi nggak selain into the gun? Kita punya di sini into the gun. Oke. So we have into the gun. Into tiny droplets. Oke. Oke, kita punya into the gun sama into tiny droplets. Nah, ada dua opsi ya berarti kita di sini. Ada lagi tidak? Oh, that's all. So we have into the gun and into tiny droplets. Kira-kira ada lagi? Or that's all? Nope, oke. Udah, cuman itu aja ya. Into the gun and into tiny droplets. See the picture. Lihat lagi gambarnya. Fokus. Kita punya pilihannya into the gun sama into tiny droplets. Take a look the arrow. Lihat si ininya nih. Tanda panahnya. And then the question says water is atomized into air. Diatomisasikan menjadi apa airnya? Diperkecil menjadi apa airnya? So, the answer should be yang mana dari antara dua opsi? So, we have into the gun and into tiny droplets. Opsinya yang mana? Opsinya, I mean the answer-nya. Between the two answers. Good job, guys. Tiny droplets. Selesai. Ketemu the answer of number 7. Jawabannya adalah tiny droplets. Aman. Tentram, damai, sentosa. It's not that difficult enough actually to find out reading questions as long as you know the tips and the tricks or even the types of the questions gitu. Jadi nggak perlu baca bolak-balik, nggak pusing. Kadang kita reading pusing tuh karena bacanya bolak-balik. Nah, coba number 8. The last number ya, kita punya kata kunci are formed. Nah, I will not lead you how to find out the answer like the previous numbers. Jadi Miss nggak kayak nomor 6 sama nomor 7. Miss kasih waktu kalian about a minute to find out the answer. Ingat kita punya kata kuncinya ini. Kemudian, yuk cari. Bacanya berarti jangan di sini lagi. Ini nggak usah dibaca lagi. Maju kalian bacanya, jangan mundur. Nah, ketemu nggak? Yeah, I'll give you a minute only to find out the answer. Remember, we have the keyword of are formed. Tadi di soalnya punya kata kunci are formed ya. Temu tidak jawabannya? Siapa duluan nih yang ketemu jawabannya? Good job. So the answer should be ice crystals. That's how to find out the answers. The answer is ice crystals. This one. Yes, good job. Ice crystals. It's not that difficult enough, right? So, okay. Any questions so far? Is it clear enough how to find out the answer? It's not that difficult enough, right? Okay. And oh, once again, I almost forgot to tell you about this one, guys. Take a look the instruction. The instruction says no more than 2 words. It means you are allowed to have the answer 2 words only. It's not 3 words. If you have 3 words for the answer, so you have to recheck your answer then. Yeah. But how if we have 1 word only? It's okay. 1 word okay, 2 words okay, but no more than 2 words. The point, that's it. Makanya tadi nomor 6 kita punya apa tadi? Kompres saja kan jawabannya tadi nomor 6. Masih 1 kata, aman. Jawaban nomor 6 tadi kita punya kompres. Aman. Number 7 tadi kita punya tiny droplets. 2 kata, masih aman. Oke. Tadi nomor 8 kita punya ice crystals. Tidak melewati atau tidak melanggar tidak melanggar instruksi yang diberikan. Seperti itu. So we have ice crystals, tiny droplets, compressed air for the answers. Nggak lebih dari 2 kata semua. That's it. Sampai sini ada yang ditanyakan tidak? Is that clear enough? Bisa dipahami tidak? Yuk sok atuh kalau ada yang mau ditanyain, tanyakan. Atau kalau ada yang merasa bingung, or even you think that I am too fast to talk, or you want me to speak slowly, to explain slowly, just let me know. That's fine. That's okay, Miss. Misalnya, you are too fast to talk, or I do not understand why the answer of number 8 ice crystals, or why is it tiny droplets, or why is it compressed air? Just let me know. No questions? Nggak ada yang bertanya nih, yakin nih? Cukup? Aman? Kalau aman, coba kita masuk ke ini deh. The question of number 9. Nah, Lihat dulu instruksinya. Clear enough. Good. Lihat instruksinya dulu, guys. 9 up to 13. Punya siapa dulu? Random atau in order? Ingat ya, random itu ada 3. Matching endings, headings, ending akhir, heading kepala ya. Matching endings, matching headings, and matching information. Jadi apart from them, it means they belong to in order in the text. Then the question for number 9 up to number 13, does it belong to in order or random? Ayo, which one? Good job. Yes. They belong to in order ya. Nomor 9 sampai 13. Tadi terakhir di nomor 8 kita ketemu pertanyaannya jawabannya. Ketemu jawabannya di mana sih? Paragraf C. Ini kan ice crystal. Artinya paragraf A, B, C nggak usah dibaca lagi. Karena 9 sampai 13 itu adalah in order in the text. Aman. Jadi maju, jangan mundur. Itu in order in the text. Bukan random. Paragraf C kita udah baca. Ketemu jawaban tadi di paragraf C. And then number 9 up to number 13 belong to in order. Dan just skip paragraf A, B, and C. Pasti dia maju tuh. Kalau nggak di paragraf D, kalau nggak I, atau F, atau G, ya. Yang jelas maju. Kalau ngelengkah tiba-tiba misalnya, saya ketemu jawabannya di paragraf F. Bisa nggak? Bisa banget. Namanya maju. Yang penting nggak mundur. Meski ngelengkah beberapa paragraf, that's okay. The point is it must be forward. It must be forward ya. Harus maju. Meskipun ngelengkah beberapa paragraf, tidak apa-apa. Yang penting maju. Nggak mundur. Makanya disebut dengan in order. Berurutan kan in order itu. Clear enough? Coba kita lihat nih. Tadi kata saya adalah fokus kemana dulu nih kata kuncinya. Ini kan beda kayak nomor 6 nih, nomor 9. Kita punya banyak banget kata. Masih ingat nggak? Kata kunci utama. Oke? Kita punya 2 jenis kata kunci deh. Kita punya 2 jenis kata kunci. Pertama kata kunci utama, ya. Kedua kata kunci yang lain. Nah, untuk nentuin kata kunci yang utama ini gimana tadi? Saya bilang lihat kata di mana. Masih ingat nggak teman-teman di sini? Kata kunci utama terletak di belakang. Belakang mana nih? Belakang sekolah? Belakang mana nih? Belakang mana, Rek? Di belakang mana? Belakang kata. Kata yang mana? Banyak banget ini katanya. Before the blanks. Ya, blank. Okay. Good. Right before the blanks. Or right after the blanks. Kalau kita punya kata setelah titik-titik, berarti ada 2 kemungkinan main keywords-nya. Persis sebelum sebelum titik-titik ini, atau persis setelah titik-titik ini. Tapi fokus utamanya adalah yang sebelum titik-titik dulu. Kalau sebelum titik-titik nggak ketemu, baru kita move ke setelah titik-titiknya. Paham ya? Kita punya kata increase nih. Sebagai kata kunci utamanya. Increase the bla bla bla. Cari deh. Nanti dulu, sebentar. Sebelum mencari itu, kita lihat kata kunci yang lain. Others. Kata kunci yang lain ini. Untuk menentukan dia di paragraf mana. Oke, saya ulangi kembali. Kata persis sebelum si titik-titik itu to find out the answer. Untuk nemuin jawabannya. But the other keywords ya, to find out the paragraph. Kata kunci yang lainnya itu adalah kata untuk menemukan paragrafnya ada di paragraf mana yang harus kita baca. Kita punya dry snow. Kita ambil ya, dry snow. Kemudian slopes, level surface, wet snow. Nah, paragraf yang ngebahas dry snow, slope, level surface, wet snow, ada paragraf mana nih? Terakhir kita baca paragraf C nih, di antara D sama E, paragraf mana? D or E, ya, is talking about dry snow, wet snow, slopes, paragraf mana? tentuin dulu paragrafnya. Kita harus cari tahu dulu paragrafnya, jangan cari kata kunci utamanya dulu. Gampang. Yang penting kita tahu, oh ada di paragraf mana ya dia gitu. Kalau kita udah ketahuan paragraf mana, baru cari jawabannya. Oke, satu nomor aja dan it's done ya. Yuk ketemu nggak? Is it D, E, or even F? Di D, E sama I ketemu nggak? Whether paragraph D or E is talking about dry snow or wet snow. Paragraf D. Oke, good, Santa. Berarti kita fokusnya di paragraf delta. Oke. Dari paragraf delta, mana yang ngebahas? Tadi kita kata kunci utamanya ada apa nih? Kata kunci utamanya di nomor 9. Increase ya. Increase nih. Nah. Di paragraf paragraf D, ada nggak kata increase? Kalau tidak ada, ya, tadi cari kata yang sama dengan kata increase. Scanning aja. Jangan kalian bacanya jangan terlalu dihikmati bacanya, jangan terlalu diartikan. Tapi kalian scanning, kayak kalian cari nama kalian di pengumuman deh. Fokus ke kata increase. Kalau nggak ada ya berarti makna yang sama dengan increase. Kalau tidak ada, tapi kalau ada ya udah enak. Temu nggak? Ayo, I'll give you a minute deh. Because I have another class after this, guys. Build up, good job, Pragi. Kita nggak ada kata increase di sini. Kita adanya build up. Nah, build up deh. Berarti setelah build up deh ini adalah jawabannya. Maka jawabannya yang mana, guys? Kita nggak punya increase di sini, nggak ada kan? Makna yang sama dengan increase, kita punya build up. Berarti jawabannya adalah, ayo, what is it? What is it, guys? Come on. What is the answer then? Anyone knows the answer? Kata kunci utama udah ketemu nih, build up. Pasti kata setelahnya adalah jawabannya. Maka jawabannya adalah apa? What is the answer? Halo? Are you still there, guys? Jawabannya apa? Jawaban kata setelah kata kunci utama itu udah pasti adalah jawabannya. Jawaban kata, sorry. Kata setelah kata kunci utama itu adalah jawabannya. The snow. The snow. The snow depth. This is the answer. Snow depth. Jawabannya snow depth. Yes. Snow depth. Good job, Marzuki and Anggun. Jawabannya adalah snow depth. Ya udah ketemu. Selesai. Nanti untuk menjawab pertanyaan berikutnya maju. Jangan lagi baca paragraf D yang ini. Gitu. Jangan lagi baca paragraf yang ini. Bisa jadi paragraf D lagi masih, tapi dia maju nih di baris ke sini bisa jadi. Atau di paragraf I. Oke, clear enough, guys? Bisa dipahami sampai sini? Jadi jawabannya number 9 adalah snow depth. Selesai. Good. So I guess that's all for today's lesson. Good job. Thank you very much for attending the class and for joining the Zoom meeting with me, guys. So see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Miss. See you next week.
See you.
Thank you, Miss.
Very welcome.
Thank you, Miss.
Very welcome. No problem, guys. So let me end this meeting ya.
Okay.
Okay, Miss.
Oke, Miss. Makasih, Miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss.